Okay, the best way is to just come in, copy this text here, the shortcode, and then move over to Carvel Overview, and replace this text. Don't need to go into text editor because there's no hidden links in shortcode. Now that the overview is done, place out this text here. I've got an overview 2 there. Don't worry about that. That usually would not be there. Don't know why that's there. If you ever see 2 overviews, it's definitely just one. We'll see how that goes in a second. And copy this text. Goes in here. Oh, hang on a sec. Broke my own rule, didn't I? Come back in the text just to get into that habit so that the links, if there are any, copied. So when you're doing this at speed, guaranteed there'll be a small link and you'll miss it. Back into text. Paste that in. Making sure it's done properly. Okay, now we move on to Instagram. Now the Instagram, you can basically just leave this the way it is. I will come through. Actually, you can change this, but it's kind of a recent thing. Some pages will have it, some pages won't. If you get to here and there is an Instagram feed in the old page, and it's got the hashtag placed in. Basically, we've got halfway around Australia, and that's when I decided to do Instagram. So some pages will have it, some pages won't. If it does have it, come over to this page and update this here. If it doesn't have the hashtag, if it doesn't have Instagram feed, what we need to do is just leave this the way it is, and then I will come and essentially just update all of these hashtags and get that going. I need to research on Instagram what the hashtag should be, so you don't need to worry about that. But as I said, if it is in the old template, change the hashtag, update it. Moving on, now we're moving into the revolution slider for the scenic gems section. So that is, where are we? I've got my original page. No, I don't have it. Oh, is it this one? Okay, well this will do. Yeah, so moving down, this section. So big image, to recap text, essential grids. This section here, this is what we're going to be doing now. So coming back to the page, we now need to get Mount Lofty Lookout into the page as a new slider revolution. The way that it was set up is not the way that it's going to be set up now. So we'll now head over to the slider revolution and then come out to the main menu. So we go to all sliders. And now we want to duplicate any one of these sliders here, not the main slider. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll duplicate column and false. And we're going to call this one, what were we up to? Mount Lofty Lookout. Mount Lofty Lookout. And I might just make all of these, lowercase. should put in dashes in between automatically. So, but the capitalization, just to make sure for robustness, we'll take that out. I may update all the other slider revolutions so that these are lowercase. So now we've got Mount Lofty Lookout. So now we're going to go in and let me just go briefly away from this and have a look. So, no, it's a new one. It doesn't matter. We're creating a new slider revolution, so you don't need to make sure that this name is the same as any other name. You just, as long as it matches this title here, all lowercase, just like that. That would be great. So coming back into Slider Revolution, we've edited the Wallerman Falls, which has been renamed to Mount Lofty Lookout here. We're going to replace out the image. Now the way we're going to do this is type in Lofty. That should bring it up. So the image that we are after, based on this template here, the good news is that you can actually see the image. It's still there. So that's good. You know which image it is. Coming into Slider Revolution. That image there. The giveaway, if you don't have the image, is this size, 1360 by 720. That will always be the Scenic Gem size. So insert that. Okay, so now that we've got that image in there, now we just need to change this text here. Double click on it. Change that to Mount Lofty Lookout. Save that. Always make sure that it's the same as this text here. Maybe in the back end I've called it something different, but on the front end, this is what I need. This is what you should be going with, this text here. Okay, so I've got Mount Lofty Lookout, I've saved it. Now if we go up to slider settings, and we'll now get the short code for it. So you can see that it's placed in the hyphens, which is great. And just in a second we'll get just click in there, it should highlight, Command C to copy it. Now we want to put that in to a shortcode for our page. So there's the Revolution slider. So we want to update this. So just Command A, Command B, there you go, all done. That's updated. Now we want to change this here. Now here's the tricky bit. It may not be MT. MT is short for Mount Lofty Lookout. But if I come down, and I'll still call it that. Sometimes if I come out to here, in the page here, it's MT Lofty Lookout, MT short for Mount. Sometimes I change it. Sometimes down here will be a longer version than what is up here, and vice versa. So please check that. Please check that this one correlates to the Revolution slider, and this one correlates to this subheading here. And you can see that in this instance, they're both the same. So we'll come to here and change this to Mount Lofty Lookout. That's done. Now changing the text out. Once again. Okay, so now we're up to the essential grids, and as I said before, essential grids broken up into two grids. This one here is made up of two images, and this one is made up of one image. So what we need to do is coming back to this page here, so this page here. So what we've got is two essential grids here. We've got Wallum and Falls large. They always follow this format of simply just the name for the small ones and then large on the end for the large ones. So if we go into essential grid, we're looking for Wallum and Falls. Sorry, that's what it is. What we need it to be is Mount Lofty and Mount Lofty large. So if we come over to here, go to find, type in Lofty, and there we go. Mount Lofty large. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, pausing and everything. I'll just quickly recap. You need to ensure that this is on all. That way you'll be able to search all of the grids. If it's truncated, if it's down to 50, 25 or 10, when you go and do a search, you're not going to find it because they all won't be visible. So just make sure that's set to all. So Lofty, Mount Lofty, this is the one that we need. So if we go into settings for Mount Lofty, and now as I said, there is a bug in Essential Grid, or there was. From updating from one version to another with Essential Grid, a bug was introduced, and unfortunately it means that all the Essential Grids need to be rebuilt. You can kind of see the bugginess appearing here. As you can see, there's two grids here. They should have the images in them, but they're not there. Sometimes you won't even have these bars appearing. There'll be just nothing in this space down here. If you don't even have any these bars there, the way that you get past it, it's a workaround. I had to go to support to find this out. Is to just come into grid settings. Oh, I've already clicked, that's why. It should be on advanced. That's how you'll find most of the grids. And then by simply clicking on the simple radio button, the bars here will appear. Once the bars have appeared, you then edit the element, and the two texts, so this will show you what the image looks like, which is great. And these two texts, you need these two texts. So how are we going to do this? Maybe in a text editor. We'll copy it out. So this is for my custom meta. I'll just go into a new one here. So that's the first one. And the second one. Put them there. Now, so we've got the image and the two texts that are required.